Have you ever been contacted by any game developers who actually told you what they were thinking?
A couple of times. Not very. I wish they would more, but I got one actually recently about a developer from the Jaguar port of Doom, why there wasn't music in it, and I can't remember the answer, but it was really great hearing that. It was something, some kind of copyright issue that they didn't. I think that's what it was. I kind of forget the email, but it was a lengthy email about a lot of the things about the Jaguar game. It was really cool, so it was nice. So if anybody develops a game and wants to give me any kind of reasons, that's awesome. So I hope it happens more.
How the hell did you come across King Kong Fu?
Oh, King Kong Fu. I think I read about it in like a Leonard Maltin book or something a long time ago, and then ever since I was like, I have to see this movie. But everybody said it was terrible. It's like, you don't want to see it, it's so bad. And then I saw it and I thought it was fucking funny, so.
I had a question about board games also. I was wondering how many of the parts was like were inspired from real stuff that people playing.
Oh, real things? Yeah, I guess some of them he just made up on the spot, and other ones were just like classic things that you'd always do as a kid. So, yeah, some of it was just from memory, and other times we were just making it up.
Yeah, I was wondering, do you have any thoughts about that new Nintendo NES game that's coming out in January?
No, what is it?
Yeah, it's called Battlefield. I'm the programmer.
Oh, it's in an actual
Yeah,
cart?
it's going to be a real cartridge.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you've heard about it or not.
Oh, nice. Tell me the name one more time.
It's called Battlefield Fortress of Peril.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard about it.
All right. Yeah, that's really cool. All in the back.
I guess, in one of your Super Mario video, you mentioned a lot of things that hurt on the games. I don't know, did you just make those conclusions on your own, or did you settle your research on it?
Oh yeah, yes, about where I came up with the Mario 3 cryptic meetings, and what was it about Super Mega Death Price?
Where did that come from?
Where did it come from? I'll answer that one first because it's easier. Super Mega Death Price, we were trying to come up with a villain, and I think it was just me and Mike. We were talking about, we did this animation. It was a spoof of Wizard of Oz. It was called Wizard of Oz 3, Dorothy Goes to Hell, as if we were counting Return to Oz as 2, but whatever. But we were coming with a villain in it, and we were just like, how about Super Mecha Death Christ? And that was it. It was more like it just sounded good when you said it, so that's how that came about. The satanic references in the game were just from playing it, and I think I may have come across one thing, and I was just, I don't know where I came up with the first one, but then I just started thinking, okay, I'm gonna come up with as many as I can to make this like the theme of the video, and as soon as I realized that, then I'm just purposely looking at it really hard to find all that stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just really digging in. You right there.
Yeah, James, I actually have a question for you and Kyle. Basically, I just wanted to ask, overall, have you achieved goals pretty much that you all were looking at, 10 years past, thinking this is where you would be in, going forward, your goals?
Oh yeah, just did I know where it would be at this point? Am I just proud? Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea I'd still be doing these nerd videos in the year 2010. And actually, the video coming out this week, I believe, is one that was on the list for a really long time. And then this actually shows that, because I think it was around the time I did the Roger Rabbit video, which was like the 4th video. At that point, I was like looking through a ton of NES games, just thinking of like ones I wanted to do, and I came up with this huge list of like all games I'd eventually want to do. But I was just looking at it, I was like, oh, there's no way I'll ever be able to do all those. And one of them I came across was Street Fighter 2010. And I was just like, you know what? In the year 2010, if I'm still doing these videos, I'll do that. Here we are. So it's happening. happened. The year we made contact.
I actually have 3 questions. All right, first, are there any games you really hate that everyone else really likes besides Castlevania 2? Second question, vice versa, Matt, where you really like game, they don't hate it. And say third,
Okay. Is there any games that I hate that everybody else loves, and vice versa?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Really, I'm trying to think. What's a game everybody? I can't really think of a game everybody. Final Fantasy 7. You know, I never really played it too much. Like, maybe that's a good answer because, but it doesn't mean I hate it. It just means when PlayStation came out, I was still holding off for the Nintendo 64. I wish I didn't. Like, I wish I would have went PlayStation instead. I think. But there's a lot of really big games that came out on PlayStation that I didn't get a chance to play until many, many years later. Like, I remember like the Metal Gear Solid games, I never got to play them until like way later. Symphony of the Night, you know, one of the greatest Castlevania games, didn't get to play that until many years later. Final Fantasy 7, there's a lot of good games on PlayStation that I kind of missed on. As far as a game that everybody hates, I think I would say Super Mario Brothers 2 on NES, like the American one, because what sucks about it is that they didn't give us the real Mario 2. So looking back in perspective, that part of it sucks. As a game itself, I still think it's pretty good. So. Oh, you mean the Japanese one? Yeah, I know, it is a very hard game, so, I don't know. All the way to the back there.
Yeah, in a lot of your older videos, you would like pretty much stick to only reviewing the games, but in like the more recent ones, you would go into more like gimmicky things, kind of like with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, how you got kind of kidnapped and all that. How did you decide to like delve into that kind of stuff?
It was like a very big tribute to the movie as well. So sometimes when there's a movie game, which I do a lot of that, like games that are based off of movies, then it gives me a chance to kind of steer it towards the movie side of things a little bit, you know, so I kind of get to do both sometimes. You know, hey, away in the back there.
On the topic of movie games, what is your suggested method for I'm losing my words. Suggested method for disposing of an ET cartridge?
Suggested method of disposing of an ET cartridge. Throw it back into that fucking landfill. I don't know. You have a question for Kyle? Hey, what's up?
Actually, we're talking a little bit how you created the theme. Did you come up with the whole thing and then kind of bounce it off James, or like, what kind of lines ended up coming first? The melody, without the words come first?
I think I remember the line that came first. I don't know if we're gonna agree because it was a while ago, so I'm not certain. Do you remember what line came first?
I think the first lines were the ones that came from the videos. It was like
Yeah. But to tie that together, I think I remember it being "It's gonna take you back to the past" as being the first line written, and then the first new line written, because the other stuff was obviously just taken off message boards and stuff. So we got the funniest ones, and just kind of made it make sense. And it, you know, sounds ridiculous, but it does make sense. Like, you know what I mean?
And also, are you much of a gamer? Like, you play a lot of games, favorite games?
I mean, the last system I owned was the Super Nintendo. What's that? Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not a huge gamer now. I do play once in a while. I'm more so, they've gotten so intense. Like, I used to go over his house a lot, and he would play the new Zelda on the Wii, and I just watch him and kind of tell him what to do. It was like too many buttons for me now, and you know, but it was like watching a movie. I mean, I'm really impressed with it. So I like looking at the technology and kind of having fun looking at it and watching him play some of those newer games, but no, I don't play it as much.
You know, in a way, I think I kind of went out with the Super Nintendo a little bit too, because after the Super Nintendo, I was like waiting for the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Ultra 64 was going to be. And I was waiting for Killer Instinct. That was the game I wanted on it. So it was like a long way. I kept getting delayed, and then it finally came out, but it was only in Japan for like a little while, and then finally came out here. And by the time that happened, like the launch titles was like Super Mario 64 and
Pilot Wings.
But in some ways, I feel like what I was really waiting for on it didn't actually happen.
Yep.
I was wondering, with the Wizard review, was it a coincidence that the Celtic Creek did this at the same time? Was that a coincidence or was that?
Yeah, it was definitely a coincidence. Yeah, it was like, he was just like, oh my god, like this is just so weird. Hey,